Ashley, back with the bullshit.
And this is the Young and Gettin It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting. Subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Subscribe, but you're not subscribing on there. You're actually following. So I used the wrong word. I'm going to use the politically correct words. We're going to use the right one, okay? You're going to follow us on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Comment on there. Thank you for all the people all over the world listening to the podcast. We're also on YouTube.com. You can watch our episodes now. As you can see, we're doing it way more often because our schedules are allowing us
and
to.
Y'all better appreciate it.
And hopefully our schedules continue to allow us to. And we're here. Just subscribe on there. You'll see us every week, you know, and it's kind of fun to interact with you guys because then you can see how our expressions are because especially on those episodes where we're laughing really hard, the shit is actually
like when it goes silent, you could see it.
It's really funny. Yeah, you'll actually see us not being able to breathe and like passing out in our chair. Please subscribe, youtube.com. Young and Gettin It Podcast. No G at the end of getting. Comment on there. Spotify, everywhere, every platform. You can find us.
Yeah, and you can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast. And then we have our website, www.weareyagip.com. And if you want to hit us up, you could email us at Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or you could text us or call us on our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811. Back to the bullshit.
I'm totally myself when I'm with you, which is probably annoying because I don't wear my cool mask anymore. You've made me into more of a woman. You've given me the opportunities to really love a man. You've been with me while I've been sick, through all my fears. You have encouraged me and inspired me to reach higher. I've learned so much about myself with you. You've been my turn up and my church. I wouldn't want to go through this journey with anyone but you. I look up to you in a lot of ways, and I strive to educate myself more like you have. And when we are at odds, I feel defeated and sad, knowing that we are so much better than that. I just want you to know that you've been the greatest boyfriend to me. You aren't perfect, but I would never ask you to be. You and I work, we fit, and you're the coolest guy in the world to me, still. I love you so much unconditionally. My truth is this: I'm never gonna give up on you. My love and my devotion is to you. And I sent that January 21st, 2019.
So she actually got to say it to him before.
Yeah, that's like that good shit.
I had to write something because I've never felt this type of pain before, but I know that God is alive. But
like, side note, her dimples are intense.
Right.
His soul was majestic. He was the strongest man that I ever knew, a gentle father, a patient leader, a divine light. He was brilliant. He researched everything, completely self-taught, constantly seeking knowledge. He would go to bed and listen to these audiobooks in his headphones, and I would tease him, but that really is what I wake up in the morning and play music for the kids and light a sage and burn it around the house.
He looks like a sage lighting ass nigga, don't he?
Energy going
My
outside
heart.
would be uplifted, and
He was
that
a
we
whole
could
daddy.
handle the day. You know, my pain is for my 2-year-old that probably won't remember how much his dad loved him.
I feel the worst for her and the 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't really understand, but I know that Aramis always used to say that you can't possess people, that you experience them. And I'm so honored and
I knew
blessed
that nigga had them eyes that know too
experience such
much.
a man.
When you look at his eyes, you're like, that nigga knows too much.
He
knows too much. He's beyond this.
Right. He's beyond being a living, being a
And like, I never looked at his eyes until he passed away. Like, I was looking in pictures and shit. I'm like, this nigga has eyes that know too much.
and there's so many other niggas like that out there that aren't famous. You can see it in people's eyes.
Yes.
And in the way they talk.
Someone very rare.
The eyes tell
And we lost a
everything.
real one. But in Hustle's words, because he used to always say this, the game is going to test you, never fold. Stay 10 toes down. It's not on you, it's in you.
Okay.
And what's in you, they can't take away.
He know too much.
All of us.
He know too much. That's why his mom is so calm.
Right.
She calmed me down.
She calmed all of LA down.
Bitch. Okay, after I heard her talk, I was like, I ain't sad no more.
Sorry. I just like this part.
You know what it is? Grief is the final act of love. My heart hears you. I feel you everywhere. I'm so grateful that I had you. I love you beyond this earth. And until we meet again, the marathon continues.
Yes. That's why I said this shit hard as fuck.
Oh my God.
And then
I'm
that picture is
like-
just
It's just like, I know why his mom is so calm now.
Yeah.
Like, she just knows too much.
That's why I
and
have
he
to-
knows too much.
Yeah, like she made me more calm about my death.
Nigga.
Like
I was listening to her talk. I was like, okay, I'm sad. Like, this is your son. I think you're going to cry. And then she was just calm as fuck. She said he's fine. Like, she said, just
she's
trust
like
God.
he sees the kingdom of heaven now. He's in
And I'm
perfect
like,
peace.
You know what? That's true.
And that's your child.
Yeah. Because it's just
my
like, I feel
God.
like people feel like when you die and you're young, it's different than when you die and you're old. Like, because when people are old, they be like, well, they in heaven now. They living a better life than this. And it's like, that is the same for legitimately everyone that goes to heaven.
Yeah. It's just, that was his time.
Yeah.
Like,
unfortunately.
I believe that was the devil's doing, but I also
it's in God's timing.
But yeah, or I was looking at it like this because Charlamagne really brings up the idea, like he keeps saying, like, you're supposed to have good things happen. You do good things, good thing happens to you. But also in the Bible, it's like good things happen to good things and bad things happen. I mean, good things happen to good people, bad things happen to good people, whereas good things happen to bad people and bad things. It doesn't, you
Like,
don't
there
get
could
to
be
choose.
a bad person that's blessed as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's literally their luck of the universe. Like, and at the end of the day, unfortunately, God planned it that way.
Well, it's like, what if God just gives you certain things you need to do in your life and you can either do them or don't?
Well, yeah,
but
that's
the
how
thing
it
is, the crazy thing is God might see, like, you ain't finna do shit.
Yeah.
At least some people do nothing their whole life and then learn at the end, and then he's like, okay, like, but some people he's like, you ain't gonna do shit. So, whereas other people, it's like Nipsey might have went above and beyond of what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, and that's why he knew too much.
And that's why God was like, if you leave, you're good. You did your mission, So I think it might be some shit like that.
Yeah, because he inspired a lot of people.
Yeah, he's
It's a beautiful thing.
Gonna change the world. I'm like, I saw someone post today, and I'm like, this just shows the change. And they're not like anything trying to get hype off of Nipsey, but they're like, oh yeah, I heard about Nipsey's STEM program, which I didn't know about until he died either.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that I'm still learning because I was like, I'm not no super fan.
Yeah, and somebody was just like, oh, like, I genuinely want to know, how can I become involved? Like, and it's like, that's it. Like, he didn't know about the STEM Nipsey had to die.
Wait, I want to know about the STEM program.
We're gonna look it up.
STEM ass bitch.
We should do that next week. We'll
fuck?
like black business.
Yeah.
We can do like
We could
Nipsey black
today.
business.
We could.
Right, because we can do the
He got
marathon store.
That STEM Foundation.
I think
he had a partnership with Puma, but
had a
that was probably
whole-
like for more. And he was
doing a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, I mean, we could look that up and definitely fucking do that. That's a great idea.
Next week we're just
Give
gonna come
money
with
to
a
the
whole bunch of
family.
and then we can even like dissect his songs and like kind of like how we
I've been
interpreted-
doing that already.
Yeah, like I'll listen more because it's like I'll just have it playing to give them family money, but it's like to actually like how we dissected the Us movie. We can like dissect his album. Like, what are we trying? Because the Us movie really did teach us a whole bunch of shit. Like, even from us posting or talking about it, like. I know there's a ton of people that agree because they'll hit me up and be like, oh yeah. The fact that we're still learning things about the Us movie 3 weeks in, because I was listening to the read and they were like, they just started to hop on the thing of like, I think the boy got switched out.
Oh yeah, remember I said that?
But the thing is where I was really, you said it last week. The hole I was missing was, when did the switch happen? Remember I asked you that?
Yes.
And I was like, in the car on my way here, I said, they go there every year. They go every day. That's a family home.
They do.
Remember, they inherited it.
Oh, what if he was hiding in the closet?
They go back every year. This could have happened at any point. They've been going every year.
Oh my God.
And that just hit me in the car, and I was like, okay.
And that basement, low key, was creepy as fuck. Where she used to dance with the mirrors. That shit was
Shit was weird. And then the fact that the boy hid in that room that locked
in the
closet,
and he always freaked out. Remember, he would go in there and he freaked out, and the sister locked him in there on purpose.
When the the real Adelaide kidnapped him, where was he? In a little closet. Oh my God! So there's so many times. I'm just like. So we're just gonna do the same thing with the Victory Lap album, because
I actually really like that album.
Yeah, and there's so much like you said, this nigga got eyes like he knows too much.
Yes.
So it's like there's probably even deeper in what the fuck he's saying, and it's like you've seen the meme where it's like my head and it's like the point.
Yes. Okay, that's literally me with everything. I don't understand humor. I just don't understand a lot of stuff.
Oh my God, I suck at sarcasm. I'm trash.
I'm working on it.
I'm so trash.
Because they be joking with me at work, and I'm just like,
huh?
Oh, we joking?
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like when I just like don't get it. Like a surgeon did that to me. When was it? Like last week, and he was like, "We're joking." I was like, "Oh."
I'm so
I think it's just because I'm so fucking tense all the time. That's why I'm like, I need to get a fucking massage.
Oh, you saw I sent you the article today about Wendy Williams is actually filing for divorce, and all these little things could all be like lies and shit, because you know how the media just says a whole bunch of shit, but it's like Wendy has just been manipulating her show by acting like everything's okay, but we're progressively hearing news about things getting worse, and she's horrible. Like, oh, well, the rehab thing she couldn't hide from, so she had to tell us. But it's like, and the baby being born, it's like Wendy.
And apparently he bought her like this like gold. It was like an expensive ass convertible car.
Wait, which one? The new
mistress.
Baby?
Yeah, and then like
it was like
it was on Daily Mail. I was on that shit because I was bored at work, and it was like this tabloid ass headline, and it was like, yeah, he's been icing her out basically, and he bought her a car and as a push present, like, oh my God, so extra. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Oh my gosh, do you remember the push present that Travis Scott got for Kylie though?
Wasn't it a Lambo?
It was a nice. Yeah, I forgot what car it was, but it was nice.
I believe it was a Lambo.
Yeah. Oh no.
Ferrari.
No, he got her that old school ass car.
Oh, so here it is. Oh, a Bentley or a Rolls Royce?
I think it was one of them like Oldsmobile, like them old cars, but it was dripped out.
I'm about to see.
I don't know what. Yep. Push present. Push.
How do you spell her? Kylie.
You know she trademarked her name. It's kind of weird.
Don't nobody want it.
But you know Cardi B trademarked
Yeah, I told you about that.
But the thing is, she didn't make it up, so it's kind of weird.
Oh well, it's hers now. They could like take her to court for it. Like that's literally all you could do at this point.
Do you think Cardi B's
What the fuck is wrong with my internet?
Do you think Cardi B's gonna self-destruct at some point? Because you know how she keeps fucking up. Like, is she gonna ever? Because you know people really be ruining their career.
See her nigga.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, is she gonna self-destruct at some point? She probably already is self-destructing, and we just don't fucking know. Okay, my internet. What the fuck is good, Verizon? We gonna have to get some money taken off the fucking bill.
Yeah,
like,
don't be slow.
We pay for like the highest. Oh fuck! As soon as it's ready. Yeah, it was a fucking Ferrari.
That's not the car.
Yes, it is. This is the car. I remember.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he got her a Ferrari.
What am I thinking about? Fuck, I think it was a car. She got him.
Probably. Okay,
people really be buying each other
the one that I was talking about. So, he got her a gold Ferrari, diamond necklace, and Chanel bag as she shows off her post baby pooch.
There's people really outside. This is this bitch in her own fucking home, just walking to her front door, and there's someone just in the fucking bush videotaping her walking. She's not even doing anything in the video. The bitch is just walking,
carrying shit into her fucking house.
Fucking security.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So like Daily Mail is interesting.
Ew, is that what she looks like? I mean, it's not like Kevin's cute.
Ew.
Ew, is he wearing all Fendi in that?
Yeah.
Charlamagne was making fun of the way that nigga dresses. He's like, this nigga shouldn't be wearing Supreme head to toe. Like, this nigga looks stupid. Like,
are you just trying to show you're rich? You're not even rich. A woman is. Like, she's your backbone for money.
She pays for everything.
Like, bruh.
I wonder how much money he made off of her. Like, if he's actually financially secure. I
He
always
might be
wondered these
rich. You know
things.
how like women always be with men and then they like stash money to the side when they give them shopping money.
That's funny thing because women do that way less than men. Men are smarter that when their woman is rich, they keep money somewhere. They'll have a whole safe
or
somewhere.
they'll steal some. Do you remember that My Favorite Murder where the guy stole like 15 grand? They had like a joint bank account. This nigga wasn't rich, but his wife was rich. And he had a gambling problem, I think.
Okay,
yeah,
I remember. Did
it's
he
always
put a hit out
gambling
on her?
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Life
he stole the
insurance.
money.
Mm-hmm. And these niggas always be remarrying and trying to do the same thing with another
like,
bitch.
Nigga, one time
paper
is
trail,
good enough.
right, nigga.
Like, get your one win and go.
I mean, but don't.
Yeah, you know what? I don't endorse that. Don't get your one win.
No,
and go.
that's the funny thing about. We always talk about My Favorite Murder. It's so funny because they'll say that same shit too. They'll be like, "No, you did it wrong," and they're like, "Not that you should be doing this, but
it really is like that.
But you did that shit wrong." Like,
oh my god,
you're murdering all wrong. Okay.
And wait, did you see that Kim Kardashian's gonna study to become a lawyer? Okay, but no, this education real quick, niggas. So you could do this. You just have to. It's like totally legal.
I was wondering, doesn't she have to go to class?
No,
she doesn't. Okay,
so
you guys, we didn't know
let
this.
me learn you something real quick.
She ain't going to no fucking class.
No, so you can do it without going to class. All you have to do though is you have to do $150 fee and $30 biannual payment to the California bar.
Okay.
And then you just have to do an apprenticeship with at least 18 hours at a law office for 4 years.
Up.
Yeah, 18 hours a week, and you just have to study the law, and then you're eligible to take the bar after you pay those payments. And you could do this in Arizona, California.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, California, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington, not Arizona. So those are the 4 states that you could do that without going to law school.
California, Vermont, Virginia, Washington.
Yeah.
The thing is, she has connections, so someone's going to give her more hours than she has.
Yeah, and she's studying in a law firm in San Francisco.
But
I mean, her dad was a lawyer.
Oh, she takes private jets up there. Because I'm like, you just going to go back and forth? But that's
like,
I think that's like 2 or 3 hours on a private jet.
To San Francisco?
San Francisco?
It's like 30 minutes.
No, it's Vegas.
San Francisco?
It's like an hour and a half.
It's like an hour. Okay. It's like an hour, maybe like 45 minutes.
Really?
I do it, yeah.
Oh.
It's not long at all.
I remember someone told me it was an hour and a half. Oh, okay.
Never
I know Vegas is 30 fucking minutes.
Yeah, Vegas is real fast.
That shit's fast.
So it's like an hour, maybe like an hour 10, if I remember right. But it's not long.
Shit.
She got it.
Right.
But I'm like, that's cool. Like, you could really do an apprenticeship and get your fucking law degree. My fucking sinuses is fucked up.
She's really going to do it too.
Yeah, because she has money and she has time. Like, if I had time to do that and like everything else I want to do,
she don't have to drive herself. Imagine how much work you can get done when you're never driving yourself.
Yeah,
and you don't even do your makeup half the time.
No,
all you have to do
sleep.
You just have to people go to sleep.
Nigga,
that's why you don't see her videotaping herself because she's taking a fucking nap. It's like all you have to do is wake up, take a shower, put a robe on, sit.
And then somebody might already have picked out your fucking outfit for that fucking day.
She does fitting, so it's like she has outfits set up for her whole like month ahead of time.
Who is that girl that be dragging them all the time? Fuck. There's this girl that be dragging the Kardashians
on Instagram
all the time on Instagram. Yeah, because she made Khloe. She basically like bullied her into taking down the flat tummy like tea. She wasn't doing flat tummy tea specifically, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, you forget to mention how you have a personal chef, the time for a trainer, the time for like childcare, like all these things, like a nutritionist. So it's not just this fucking drink you're drinking to get you skinny.
I was just thinking that this morning about Kendall Jenner because I saw the Proactive commercial and it's like, yeah, you had acne, but you also have skin. Yeah, she has and you know she's getting paid a lot for it.
Wow.
But you know, you go to a guy who does fucking chemical peels, who does fucking hydrofacials, who does fucking microdermabrasions.
She has her own fucking dermatologist.
You have a dermatologist.
You got a doctor, bitch.
So for them fucking, she probably took a picture of her skin when it was at its worst that it's been in 5 years, and it was like 6 pimples. And it's like,
bitch, do you want to see a breakout?
Right,
I got some pictures from like 2 years ago you could see.
It's like, you don't know. We don't have that, girl. Like, and it's like we're in conditions also to where it's like we can't just get up and wash our face midday. And that's probably very helpful.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
you know how oily I get?
I'm like, oh, I should start doing that.
I mean, if you got the means.
But I'm like, yeah, you can't, because you can't walk out of a surgery.
Unless like I get face wipes. Okay, so I finally found the girl. It's Jamil. I don't know who she is. That girl from that girl group. I think that's that girl from that girl group. I don't know.
But she didn't get that many likes, so she might be a regular person, but her message is just so strong.
She got 67K.
Likes?
60.7K.
But that's Twitter. You know, shit goes viral on Twitter all the time.
I guess. I don't know.
Regular people go viral all the time. That's the nice thing about Twitter. Yeah.
Wonderful. Everybody's equal.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jamil, and she was like, this makes me sad. I hope your daughter grows up wanting more than this. I want more than this. Sending love to this poor woman. The industry did this to her. The media did it to her. They fat shamed her into a prison of self-critique. Dear girls want more than this with a heart.
Yeah. Chloe got so much done.
Yikes, because Jesus.
They put, like, it's really fucked up when they put a picture of how her face used to look compared to how it is now. But the same thing with Kylie. They just completely changed their face. And then it's like with the flat tummy tea, they're not talking about the fact that they're going to get cool sculpting. They're going to get laser that tightens their skin. They're going to get this. Everyone who has a baby has those wrinkles around the belly button. How is your whole family just miraculously not getting that stomach?
Whereas I've seen some people who haven't.
I mean, but
their stomach is ridiculous.
But you can tell.
Yeah,
you know, like
what they had done and what they didn't.
Even Cardi B, even though I'm like, I don't know what she did, but it looks like she did. She might have just got a little skin tightening. You know, you can laser your skin tighter.
Yeah.
So it's like you just go and the doctor will be like, come back every 3 months, and you just come back every 3 months and get your shit.
If I could afford it, heck
yeah. So it's like I don't know if she did work, because she is naturally a very skinny person. So
when she was pregnant, it was literally all in her stomach.
Yeah, because she's so tiny. You know, but it's like. They give people these images to where people are now getting plastic surgery to look like their filter version. There's a therapy sector for social media. Yeah. You know, it's like people have gone so far they don't even want to. And I'm like, I'm desperate to be who I really am, because it's like people are about to be really not real looking soon. There's gonna be a huge it's weird now living in a world where it's like I go places everywhere and somebody has some sort of plastic surgery done.
Okay, so you don't drive to the OC a lot.
I used to live there.
But there's this billboard in the OC. I think that's where I saw it. And it's like, or it's on the way to LA, because I saw it recently. And there's this, it's on the way to LA, because it's like in the city industry. And there's like a picture, like 2 pictures side by side. It's like a selfie, right? Mm-hmm. On one side, the girl, she looked fucked up. And then on the other side, it's like this very and she's Asian. It's like this very Americanized Asian face. And it's just like, be the best you. And it's promoting a plastic surgery center. Yeah.
Jesus.
And when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck?
That's fucked up. Because think if someone looks at the billboard and they actually sort of look like the girl on the left.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, so you're saying I'm not the best me. You're literally just told someone you are not the best.
Like they lightened her skin and everything. Like one of them was like pale, and like she had like her eyes those dark eye circles. Yeah, it was just bad. And then in the right picture is like she had her face was like, and like it was just like lifted. She had color. Her ears were different. Like it was a whole new fucking face. Like
you can change your whole shit.
You'll have to go get a whole new ID. A whole new ID, a whole new passport.
Yeah.
Like you got to get a whole new everything. Change your ID cards at work.
That's why I always say I'm like the only reason I'm going to go to a plastic surgeon is for like the skincare treatments because I know there's some things that they say are not good for black skin. It makes it'll cause the darkness discoloration. Like I think we can get chemical peels, but it's like only certain types. The other ones will ruin our face. Like there's a it's like something like this cool thing that also fucks up our face. Like you have to get certain things. So I want to go to a black plastic surgeon so they give the right chemical peel, the right skin treatments. Like that's the only reason I would go there, which it's like, that's really normal. It's even funny when Charlamagne the God is like, yeah, just got a chemical peel. Yeah. Dr. Natasha Sandy, whatever. He always says her name. Like, she got me right. And she's black. that's another reason why
so
I'm like,
she know what he doing.
His skin does look nice, so it's like, yeah, you need. I only trust black doctors because they're the only people who understand our skin. Even though other people might a little bit, it's like you live with our skin. You literally know
if you
what
ain't
it's like.
ethnic, you can't give me a lot of advice.
But past that, it's like the only other plastic surgery I do accept is like boobs when women breastfeed.
Oh
in
fuck yeah! I will get a titty job with a quickness.
Having a kid really does fuck you up.
I've always wanted one anyway. I'm just like, I'm scared to have surgery, so I ain't never gonna get it.
You know, that's the thing is like, I'm right. I'm afraid of being put to sleep.
I don't want to have surgery.
That's the thing,
unless it's an absolute emergency.
Right.
I am not
exactly.
surgery.
And I don't even want it if it's an absolute emergency. I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm still like, do I have a choice?
I'm like, but can you find a way?
But
local
is
anesthesia?
this the only way?
Just numb the whole left side of my body.
Give me a spinal block, fam. Hook me up.
It's like, I'm not even against plastic surgery. I'm against where it's like you're doing it because you really dislike something about yourself.
I mean, but isn't that their freedom to do that? Like, if it's like you have the possibility to make yourself the person that you like, even though it doesn't really go that way ever. If you have the freedom to go and be the person you want to be, why not go do it? Like, that's like the same thing as somebody telling you like, oh yeah, if you want to have these personality traits, just go and do it. So it's just like, when it comes to my face, why can't I have that in my body? Why can't I have that same liberty?
I think that reason is the same reason why like part of me accepts it. I think it's like, because it's like, I really do accept plastic surgery. I think my problem is the Kardashian thing.
No, I think it's bad plastic surgery for me.
But it's like, but who knows if it's going to be bad before they get it? That's the problem.
You got to do your research with your doctor too, though.
Maybe the main issue with plastic surgery is people are showing it on Instagram like it's their real fucking body. Yeah. I think that, because I'm like, now that we're dissecting it, I'm like, actually, I don't have
because I don't care.
I have a problem with the way you're displaying it, like, because you're not. This is
I don't have a problem if it don't look good.
And
like, why'd you spend all that fucking money when
I know,
you look
right?
better before?
Me and Ashley were just having a conversation about how every fucking penny goes into our savings, to where every week it's like, bitch, I'm broke. Yeah, it's like, even though it's like
$4 right now.
In a year when it's like we're paying for the things we just saved for, we're gonna be like, oh, you know, I'm cool. Right. But it's like, now it's like, oh fuck, why the fuck I put this goal on myself?
Nigga, like, why did I set up these automatic transfers? Man, I'm about, like, one time I had to call and cancel, like, excuse me.
Don't do that.
Cancel that
Don't
shit.
That.
Send it back.
Yeah. It's like, let me stop paying
and
more than that.
And mind you, this is just going to my savings account. Like, it's not like that. It's like, oh my God, I absolutely need this money. It's just like,
we don't use our money. That's the fucked up.
That's the problem.
And the thing is, when we use our money, we feel completely guilty because we were also supposed to put that away.
Yeah.
So it's just a funny complex. But I mean, we are a podcast literally about being a successful millennial. And part of being successful millennial is pay for what you need. Yes, treat yourself a little bit because you can get depressed having to work really hard.
Right. And
but
get
it's like,
no reward.
Put all of your money away. Like, literally, I think like $2,000 is just for emergencies, which is, if you think it's crazy, but it's like, if a big emergency happened, you gonna need about
it's like, would you be able to pay for it?
The hospital is insanely expensive. So I think about stuff like that. The only two emergencies that always pop in my head is hospital and car.
Yeah.
So it's like, those are both really expensive. So you could be like, oh, I got $2,500. Cool. Let me just keep saving. And then you got a $2,000 bill that can only be paid with your debit card. And it's like,
crickets.
I got $500. My car note about to drop.
What do I do?
You know,
the transfer from the savings account takes 7 to 14 business days, like, because that's not immediate money.
Yeah. So I get stressed out when I have, like, everyone's in different stages of their life. It stresses me out when I have friends who, like, don't have cash because I'm scared. Like, nigga, what if something happens, though?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
You're just thinking about, oh, I don't got money to buy this. It's like, nigga, fuck that. What about when something bad, like, but we think like that because I didn't know this until, like, last year, that there's people who don't think about the worst case scenario. They don't put it in their plans.
That's all I feel like sometimes that's all I think about. And I have to be like, bitch, can you think about the good?
Nigga, like, I avoid making certain decisions based on the possibility of a worst case scenario.
Bitch, you be having dreams. Fuck out of here. You have a dream, wake up like, oh, nah, I'm not gonna do it.
That's so funny. She's so fucking right. I forgot I told her that I literally had a financial dream 2 nights ago. and changed total plans, like not even changed, but made a foolproof backup.
Plan B.
Made a full built in my phone and my emails backup plan because of a dream I had about my finances. Like, no, let me do the math. Okay, you got to put more away. You got to put more.
Bitch,
like,
why did I accidentally calculate my savings wrong? So I was putting away too much. Like, and I was pissed. I was like, so I've been this broke and I didn't have to be?
No. Why did I calculate my savings wrong? And then when I recalculated, I needed to add a G.
Oh.
I said, I already just took it. That's why I'm broke, bitch. I took 2 paychecks and said,
boop. My heart. I hate when you have to do that.
Bye. And that's why I was like, that's what we literally had this conversation about, how savings be popping, checkings be stressful. Checkings account is on stress.
Like, no lie, I literally have $4 in my bank account. Not even, it might not even be $4. I'm gonna be real. Let me check, because that shit is struggling.
You know what's funny? In the morning, I check my Acorns. Y'all need to get on Acorns. I check my Acorns. I check the stock market, and I check my bank account because I want to know what the market's doing. Are you about to rob me, or you help me out a little bit? It's been helping me recently, but it robbed me a couple months back. If y'all been watching the market, but it's like, well, where are we? Where are we in all sectors?
The account balance is $3.59 in my checking account. The savings account that I have on that account is $0, and then my way to saves account is 13. So bitches is struggling.
You got a different bank account when?
They changed it because they said I was doing too many transfers out of it, so they changed it to a check-in. AKA they did that so they could overdraft my shit and charge me a fee.
Yeah, no, see, that's the thing is, since I put everything in my savings, it's like I'll really be like, I ain't trying to pay that $12.50 overdraft. And so I really will walk to an ATM because, you know, they tell you.
And take it out and put that bitch back in. You think I'm about to do that shit on my phone and waste my fucking 6 transfers per month?
You got 6.
Fuck out of here.
You know, but Wells Fargo respected me last month because I hit my 6 and they said I could not process this. And I said,
oh, they hooked a bitch up.
Thank you, my nigga.
Sometimes they'll just let that bitch go through.
They let that shit run. Yeah. They said, we ain't going to do that for you. And so I got my keys. Went right up there, took that shit out, put that shit back in.
Have you ever been charged the overdraft fee the day you put money in your account?
Yes.
I called them. I'm like, look, I was like, I put money in my account today, and y'all charged me an overdraft fee today. After I put the money in, I was like, you need to take that off. I was like, because that's stupid.
Yeah.
And they took it off.
You know what happened to me? This is a long time ago, like years ago, before I knew shit about money. I remember this was back when my overdraft, because I was stupid also. So my overdraft fee was like $30. Bitch, it was overdrafting, but payments were still going through. So that shit overdrafted 4 times. So I had 4 $30 things. Oh. And it was like something about the way I did it. They're like, we can only give you back like half. And I was like,
that hurts because I know you had less money then too.
I remember that. The reason why that has never happened to me again is that day. Yeah. That day changed my actions.
Some niggas don't learn. Like, I don't get how people's accounts are overdrafted hundreds to even thousands of dollars. Like, how? I see that shit on Tumblr all the time. They're like, yeah, my account's overdrafted $400 and me and my mom need to eat. I'm just like,
but the thing is, what steps took you there? That's where I gotta break down.
Some of them be saying they have health issues, but I'm like,
that's the minority. We're talking about the majority.
Yeah,
that is a minority.
Because I'm just like, even if you have health issues, they like provide like assistance.
That's a really good question to ask people. You know, what life events occur to get you to the point?
Isn't that why people be interviewing bums?
And I'm not talking about negative. We're not talking about negative like 50, negative 100. How do you get to a negative 500, negative 1,000? I don't know why. And she said health reasons, and then we might have people be like, no, for real, my health.
Yeah. I have to go to the hospital. Like, yeah, they really can't work.
Yeah.
And then other instances, it's just like, this is what I have seen on Tumblr. I'm gay and my parents kicked me out. But it's just like,
I can accept that one. Because it's like, you weren't expecting to leave, so you might not have saved shit.
Yeah, but I feel like the people be grown, though.
That's the thing is like...
If you're like teenage to like 21, okay. But if you're like 22 and up, you should have it a little together then.
Excuse me. I feel
just
like...
a little bit.
I feel like I made a mistake because...
maybe 25.
I fucking, like, I'm moving soon, so I'm saving right now. But the way I plan things out was to move at a certain date. And so my ass put more money into the stock market. And it was so much to where it was like, I'm not going to say how many months of rent, but it's like I could have left at that time. But I said, oh, you know, I'm going to save. And I'm at my, you know, you have checkpoints. So it's like I'm at my checkpoint. So I put way more money in the stock market because it was tanking, so that now everything's going back up. That's why I say I wake up in the morning and see how the stock market's treating me. And so it was like, yeah, good. Yeah, I have more money in the market. That's really great. But it's like, I could have moved out sooner. So it's like, I'm like, it's not a misstep, but it's a misstep. Yeah. At the same time, you know, but it's like my misstep pays off. Mm-hmm. That's the only difference.
I mean, there's risk in the reward. So yeah. Whatever.
I mean, shit, the market's been.
Is that how you say that shit?
Yeah. More risk, more reward. Okay, less risk, less reward. Whatever. And the market's been fucking popping. Yeah. The market's been popping. So it's like, it just annoyed me that it's like, I really could have just made a quick, like, oh, I have to make this decision today. I'm going to go make it. But instead I put the money in the market. So it's like a win-lose literally at the same time, you know?
Just like renting my car out is like a win-lose. Like, because I had to eat some of the cash, like, to get from my car back home and then to my car from home. So, like, I ate a little bit of the cost. And then these niggas they fucking take 35%. I'm like, nigga, it can't be 20.
Damn.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, that's how they make their fucking money.
And that's exactly what they explain it as. But it's just like, Now that you have I knew.
You have a better action plan.
Yes, and I wasn't charging enough for a delivery fee because I need to like charge enough for it to cover my Uber ride, so it's like I'm not really losing any money. Yep. So now that I know that, I changed that shit. That's why I was like, I'm gonna just try this out, see how this fucking goes, and then if I like it, I'm gonna keep doing it. If I don't, I'm not.
And you have a 65% margin, so you get a 65% margin, and then your Uber is covered. They'll probably make it way better.
Exactly, and it's like I'm literally doing nothing to make money.
Yeah,
that is exactly what I aspire to do.
Stock market, guys. This is these things. Nothing. Oh, what's the app called? Turo. Yeah. Oh yeah, I told you about it.
You did.
It's like Turo because I think there's another company that's starting to try to do, but with luxury cars. They're renting out like Mercedes. Yeah, they're right, bitch.
I ain't doing that.
You ain't bitch.
I've been having fun driving.
Mine would be like the luxury sedan. I'm like, no, no, I don't want. It's already weird. Like that's why I can't do Uber because it's like it's weird with strangers in my car. But it's better to have strangers with your car when you not with it,
right?
Because if you fuck it up,
I don't necessarily have to see you to give you the car.
Right. Yeah.
Even though it's better to verify you are who you say you are driving my car, but it's like if my car gets crashed, you're protected
because the app does the verification process of the person renting your car. So it's their job to do due diligence. It's not your job to. So it's like as long as you're allowed to drop it off and just unlock it for them.
Oh, they have an app for that.
Oh,
they literally have an app where it's like, you could allow like they can unlock your car with their app though.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh okay, I might start doing that. Yeah. Even though I could unlock my own car from my phone already.
Yeah, it's like that's. That's the perfect, like, you're protected. Boom. Only thing about the stock market, it is not protected.
No.
I've just been lucky so far. That's literally how I feel.
I mean,
I'm like,
just read on it too.
I mean, it's like the market is random.
Yeah, true, but it's like you need to know what you're doing. Like,
it's like that's the thing is there's no predictability in the market. The only thing you can do is keep up on like how companies have been doing, but it's like the S&P, but it's just
but it's
really
like
hard.
What about people that like don't know how to do it at all? Like they don't know anything about the stock market, but all they hear is like, oh, there's money in it. Like they could read on it like how to even do it.
There's
like on Yahoo, I be reading that shit sometimes like when I'm bored.
For the stock market to get into the market, like definitely do your research on how to do it, because then you'll pick companies better too. Like, and then I'm trying to get my friend to invest in like Amazon now, because it's like Amazon's only going to get more expensive at this point. It's like find what you want to invest in, but also understand that the market is unpredictable. So yes, you might add like how Bitcoin happened, how the spike happened and a ton of people made money, and then people put a ton of money into it and then it dropped all the way down. It's like you do have to remember that it's the market. We already saw the market crash in 2008. It's now 2019. It's been 11 years.
Scurry.
And so that I always tell people, when you bet at the casino, bet money you're willing to lose. The same thing with the market. Put in money that you're willing to lose. So it's like, don't go in too hard, because some people get really hurt over that shit. It's really sad. Oh, so there was like a rumor, and luckily I found out it was debunked. They were saying that HBO pulled the plug on the Neverland documentary because one of the stories the guy told, they were like, the building he's talking about wasn't built until like 3 years after. And so, like, someone, you know how someone will post something on Instagram like it's true and it's not?
Yeah.
It's like, that's what happened and people believe it. And so they posted like, oh, HBO took the show down and Oprah took her shit down. And then HBO came back like, we didn't take anything down. It's still there. Like, and then I was listening to Dr. Phil on the Joe Rogan podcast, which is like the number one podcast.
I've actually never listened to that podcast.
You just have to find episodes. He has over 1,000 episodes. So I just scroll to someone I would be down to listen to. So I listened to Andrew Schultz and I listened to Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay.
And then I like Dr. Phil. I actually do. So it's like I'm listening to his right now. And his episodes are long as fuck. Andrew Schultz was 3 hours and like something. Yeah. It took because I don't listen all this. So it took me my whole entire shift at work to get through Andrew Schultz episode. And I started playing it when I woke up in the morning.
Jesus
and it took me, like, I just kept coming back to it. And by the time I was off work, I finished it. Kevin Hart's was like, Kevin is just preaching. So it was like, I didn't even finish his. I had to come back to it later because I was like, all right, I got to listen to this shit. You know, right. I'm like, let me make sure I'm getting all this shit down. And his thing was just like, work hard, make something out of everything. If you learn something, make something out of it. Makes, you know, like, always make something out of what you learn, which is what I really, really like. But yeah, about the Dr. Phil was saying that when things happen to victims, they will get their dates wrong because it's like they're not focused on the date, they're focused on what the fuck happened to them. So Dr. Phil was saying the way the guy told the story, it's like it makes sense that he got the dates wrong. It's not saying that he's lying. Just because you get the dates wrong doesn't mean you're lying. But in the way the human mind works is if you get a date wrong, you're a liar. And so Oprah said she doesn't regret putting it up. She still thinks it happened. From what I mean, just looking at Michael Jackson's nigga was fucked up. So I just think that shit happened. Like, and just, you know, like, that nigga did that shit, man.
He did. Who knows?
He's dead. Yeah, you know.
Who knows?
Okay. And R. Kelly, did you see him posting like, you know, I got a show and like, please go easy on me.
They said for like 30 seconds and he charged people $100.
He said he like only like 50 people came or only like 39, something like that.
Thank you for people not going.
Barely anyone came. Yeah, it was really good. But and then like, I think, well, he still makes his money because it's a contract. The promoter took an L because people didn't come. But have you noticed?
The promoter might sue him.
The thing I don't like about the R. Kelly thing is all the people who are rooting for him, like, you're good. You know, the people who are really, like, on his side still, they're, like, so many black women. And I'm like, all of you would have been willing to be with him.
Yes.
In the conditions that he had these little girls in. And I get it. It finally came to me this week. I'm like, all you grown-ass black women were little girls. And you would have all been okay having sex with that man.
I would have wanted to go with R. Kelly.
They would have did it. They would have had sex with him. They would have been his girlfriend underage. And they would have defended him like these two little hoes are right now.
Ooh.
I get it. This nigga fucks kids.
Okay, so when I made that face earlier, I just found this thing on the internet where it's like Ohio governor signs ban on abortion after first heartbeat as smiling staff bring their children to watch historic moment. And so I Googled, like, when does a baby get their heart week? And it's at 5 weeks. Like, people find out they're pregnant at 5 weeks because that's shortly after your missed period.
How could you ban abortion? Okay, go back to that picture. Let me tell you the fundamental fucking issue. There's a white man signing it.
And white women around him.
White man. Let me just you guys can't see the picture, but maybe
put that shit on there.
Yeah. If you look at the picture, the 3 closest people to the picture are white men. And that fucking annoys me because you guys don't carry fucking kids. How the fuck? You don't even have a pussy. Do you even know what a period feels like?
Like, there's no consequences for a man if he decides not to have a child with somebody besides child support. Like,
I promise that is
no burden.
This is less infuriating if it was all women doing it, because women at least have an understanding.
But have these bitches in the back smiling.
This bitch on the left smiling. Her nigga's fucking someone else talking about he Christian. All these fucking kids they're holding. He got kids somewhere else that he's fucking disrespecting.
Look at that white man smirk. That nigga got the white man.
He just got his dick sucked by a 23-year-old.
And she's like, I can't even have kids.
Exactly. That pale one right there, she's just fucking Christian.
Bitch,
so she's
what?
Like, God swear.
So she's serious. Like, you really only got pregnant 2 times in your life? I don't believe you.
That nigga over here on the top left, he looks like a hoe. I'm sorry, I just hate niggas because
he looks disgusting. He has a fetish.
That's what I'm saying.
That nigga has a fetish.
These people are fake, and they'll act like they're so good until the shit comes out about what they did. The only reason this shit is working because shit hasn't come out about the fuck shit that they do.
Oh my life! Like, we really need to stop letting men make laws about things
women
that do not pertain to them.
You don't even know what it feels like to carry a child.
How could you even govern medical treatment? How do you govern medical treatment? That's essentially what that is. That is medical treatment.
White men are so fucking entitled. This shit drives me fucking crazy.
After the first heartbeat, that's at 5 fucking weeks.
Can the heartbeat ever occur inside of you, sir? Then why the fuck are you signing that paper? That drives me fucking insane.
Yeah, it starts to beat at 5 weeks, and you can hear it on an ultrasound at 8 weeks.
And like, I love all people of all races, and I love men and women. I'm talking about specific people when I say these shit. And
it's
that
MAGA country people.
I fucking hate those people. I hate them.
They look so fucking white collar.
Even if they were nice to me, I would still dislike them.
They would not be nice to you. They would pass you in the hallway and they wouldn't even fucking say hi.
They would think that I'm probably some broke bitch because I'm black. Some broke
Or when you
bitch.
see people get tense when they see you like at night, like, I'm a black woman. That's it. Like, what I'm about to do to you.
Like, oh my God. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get used to seeing white men making decisions for women like that. As you can see, it grinds my gears.
We got real hot.
Yeah. I was like, just going to cool it down. We're going to bring it down. I think this is a good time for a commercial break.
Me too.
Hey guys, I wanted to come to you really quick with our business of the week. This is a business I just really like because I'm going to purchase it soon when I move. For anyone who's like paranoid about living alone or just being all women in a house, because, you know, even though women are strong physically, men have like a percentage higher strength than us. So it's like just ways to protect yourself and to avoid dangerous situations. So in your apartment, you can get Simpli Safe. It's not just for an apartment, it's for houses, condos, anything. And it's cool because they customize your package. Like, I actually went through the website and made a custom package because they go on how many windows you have, how many doors you have leading into the house. They give you a monitor that sits in like a table area, like some central area that monitors like around your house. It's great protection, fair prices, easy to use, and Simpli Safe, I believe, is the right way to protect your home. So it's really cool. It's built for the unexpected. Real home security prepares for the worst, so we built backups and backups for those backups. You have confirmed alerts, like this is big. We send an alarm signal until the monitoring center confirms they got it. It's how you can be absolutely sure help is there when you need it. Ooh. And it has deep encryption from sensor to base station to monitoring centers and back. Your signals are encrypted.
I never even thought about that when it came to security, because somebody really could hack your shit. Like, we see it in movies all the time, but you don't think like, who's gonna hack my
this shit really
system?
happens. And they talk about their monitoring, like there's actually a call center, so you don't have to buy this edition, but for only $14.99 a month there's a call center that's also watching your house. So as if you got ADT or any of the other home security services, you could pay $14. Like, this is just a thing where you buy once, but you could pay $14.99 a month, and I think the next package is like $20 a month for this like a little extra stuff. But you can do that and literally have someone, if you're not home, you tell on your phone like, I'm not home, so if anything happens, they know like you're not home, so what the fuck is going on?
Nobody should be coming by.
Yeah, so it'll call the call center, so they're also in communication with you, and then it can turn on and actually monitor your house. So it's a sensor, so you put the sensor down, and if someone's walking by, it can sense that someone just walked past. It can censor movement and sound.
I'm like, what about ghosts?
And it's smash safe, so an intruder can damage the keypad, doesn't matter, we still alert the police. Okay. It's twice secure. They doubled down. They took their built-in cellular connection, put it on the strongest networks, then reinforced it with Wi-Fi, so your home is always secure. They also have disaster ready. They have 6 monitoring centers. They all protect your home all the time. Overkill, it's not. It means there's no single point of failure. So disaster can't take down your protection. So they do have a monitor that you can put on your windows that if it senses glass breaking, an alarm will go off. You know, like little things like that. They have a smoke detector. They have like all these little add-ons you can add. And it's really cool because if you buy a package, especially with the promo code MFM, and we got it from My Favorite Murder, but it's like they have a couple more, you know, sponsorships, but I know that one will get you a good discount. It also comes with the signage, just like you can say like, oh, this home is protected by security. They'll give you a sign, and if you want to buy a second one, I think it was like $5 or $10 to put on your like back porch, because you know people might try to jump onto your balcony. They all still see it's like it's signed. It comes with a keypad, so they even give you like a fob, so instead of using your regular key, you can actually like fob into your apartment. Scary. Yeah, they give you like everything. They have power outage protection, so if the power fails, they don't. In a blackout, a backup battery kicks in and protects you for a full 24 hours. And if you think about it, you don't need 24 hours, because if it's long, you're just gonna leave. You know, you're gonna find a place to be safe. So it's like 24 hours is a good amount of time also. And one thing I really like about having cell phones is when the power goes out, you still have a fucking cell phone.
I think that's why like landlines went obsolete.
Yeah, the only thing is like everyone should have a backup charger, so if it dies, you can still use your cell phone. Like, I know it sucks when your backup charger is dead though. That's whack. I know, right? Have 2 phones and 2 backup chargers. But I really like the Simpli Safe. The package that I made, it was basically like a front door monitor, the tower, the keypad, because you can also key in, like, you know how you turn on the alarm in your house, they have the same keypad like that, and then like a couple window monitors, and then I forgot, it was like a few other things, but it totaled $250. And that was like, I think it was like 6 or 7 pieces I added onto there. It was like a lot of stuff, full security, and then $14.99 a month if I feel like having my house monitored. But from where I'm moving, I might need to have my house monitored. They protect over 3 million Americans, over 40,000 reviews on Amazon and Google, and they are the fastest growing home security. And you'll see similar things like this in Best Buy, the exact same thing, way more expensive. This is like the cheapest one because I really did my research, which is why I'm buying it. So simplisafe.com/MFM. Get your security, feel safer. Women, men, live in a safer world. And back to our program. We're back. A couple days ago, I posted on my Instagram, like, what topics do you guys want us to talk about? And like, people sent me stuff. So one of the ones that stuck out was something that we've only partially talked about before. But since our podcast is about like being a successful millennial, which we always say is relative, which basically means just taking the steps that you need to take to get to where you need to be in your future, and putting yourself in a place as a young person to where you're not financially in default and stuff like that, or to where you're pulling yourself out of default, which is also being successful. If you fucked up your credit score when you're 18,
makes sense.
It makes sense. And now you're sitting here paying back your bills, saving money. That's successful, because you might have finished a trade, or you might have finished college and you're working your first job. You're doing the steps. That's being a successful millennial. And so one topic that we have talked about in the past and sometimes joked about too is like choosing the right major in college. And it's like we've joked about like there are certain majors that don't pay well, but there's also, you just have to be strategic, because there are some majors that even though they don't pay well for the population, they might pay well for you. So I saw an article from Princeton Review about a guide to choosing college majors. Well, the interesting thing is they put how important is your major. The major you choose will neither predict nor guarantee your future. That's true. Many graduates find jobs that have nothing to do with what they studied in college.
Word.
According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the average 20-something switches jobs once every 3 years.
I'm hitting year 3 this year
and
in June, and leaving. A bitch plan to go.
And I'm graduating. And the average person changes career fields 2 or 3 times in their lifetime.
Sounds about right.
Have no fear that choosing a college major will look lock you into a specific career for the rest of your life, which I like that because it was like, I remember when I was still doing biochemistry, I was like, fuck, man, I trapped myself into being a scientist.
Yeah.
You're really not trapped. And then I got a finance degree, which is under a business school. So I spread it out like, okay, now I have a business degree and I have a science degree.
Leveling the playing field.
And then it allows me, it really just gave me a lot more opportunities that I did not know were even available to me. So it's okay to do one major than do the other. It's like expand your portfolio, like they said, the higher risk, the higher reward. So it's like, obviously don't like do something stupid or do 2 majors that are like, you don't even like doing it and they're not, they do nothing for you. Like I would say if you did communications and art, you need to be going down a pathway of like media or art or network, like actual TV network. You need to go down that. You can't do communications and art and then try to become a research associate at a hospital.
Because that shit is, they're going to be like, okay, so where's your science background? Have you ever worked in a lab before?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do these essays or whatever that shit is?
You have to be a little strategic. So it's like, for example of mine, like I did science and then I did finance/business. It's like, so then I worked a science job and then I worked a finance job. And then it's like, which means I can teach science and I can teach math, which also means I can work any business job that handles a financial budget, or I can work in a hospital in the business sector. Like they have to somehow do some strategic intertwining. Like Ashley,
that's exactly why I did mine. Like, it's like the way I did.
She's doing computer science, but one of the prerequisites is neuroscience, and it makes her look better. It's like there has to be some sort of congruency somewhere, make it work.
And because even in neuroscience, like I know when I was in school, there were like some labs where like you had to use a computer program to run your test on a neuron. So it's just like if you weren't good with computers, you definitely sucked at doing the assignment.
Yeah.
And like I remember like I was like, oh, damn, this shit's tight. And like, I actually did really well in that class. And that class was like a really hard class. And I took the easier version of that hard class and it was still hard. So I'm like, I can't imagine. Cause like one of them was like more computer based. Cause I was like, that was going to be easier. And then I didn't feel like doing brain surgery on a earthworm. I was not with that shit. Ew. I was like, I don't like earthworms anymore.
And the crazy thing is like, you put yourself in a position to where it's like, you can say you find a computer science job after you graduate, and then it has nothing to do with neuroscience. It's just computer science. That. And then you end up loving the job, and then now you gain experience in computer science. So when you go to your next computer science job, you can say, I have experience in computer science. I also used to be a neurophysiologist.
Just throwing that out there. Just sprinkling that in. Just
so you know, I did some other crazy shit.
Just so you know, I'm not a dumb bitch.
And I know it works because my boss literally just said this to me yesterday. Like he had a conversation with like the other girl. She did statistics and she did finance, and it was like,
oh, that goes hand in hand.
She knows a lot of computer shit with it, And he was like, Nina, you have a science background. You're super analytical. It's like it just looks good to have something in there.
I was gonna say, is she really good at Excel?
She's really good at like R and like MATLAB and like that type of shit. Some shit I struggled with in school. When they said they're like, oh, MATLAB's easy. I was like, nigga, I struggled with MATLAB, but they're that major that spent their whole 4 years doing it. So it's like, you just need some sort of congruency, or at least get something to where if you just focus on one career, it's still strong enough on its own. So you have to think about, so that's the thing about art and communications. I looked up the employment rate, and the employment rate is like 1%. Whereas like science and math, the employment rate is 8 to 16%.
1%.
Yes, art is 1%.
Jesus.
And so it's like, now it's not even strong on its own. You need something strong. Say you do something like art that's not strong on its own because you love art. I told my friend who was doing graphic design, get your master's in computer science, because you can
be on a computer, do graphic
design, and you're going to get hired because not only do you know graphic design, you are a professional at computers. This is the strategy that we try to talk about. It's like, we're not telling you like, oh, do something super hard. And you can find programs that fit you more better. Like if you're busy and you need to be at home, then you want to do like an online program, saving money, online program. Yeah, it's like there's these things that can be more strategic for you.
People shouldn't feel bad about going to a small school. I know a lot of the times people are like, well, I didn't get into USC or I didn't get into UCLA. Like, I don't even want to go. It's just like, you can still have a fun college experience and you can still get a value education by not going to a big name school. And like, because for my undergrad, I did go to like a big name school, I guess you could say. But for my graduate one, I was like, yo, I don't even care about this shit.
Yeah.
I just want a piece of paper that says that I did this.
Yes.
Literally, that's all that I want. So I'm going to pay the least amount of cost for it. Did I still apply to USC? Yes. But I was like, man, if I don't get in, like, I honestly, I was like, low key, I was like excited I didn't get in because that school was so fucking expensive.
Yeah, my school was expensive. I did the exact opposite. So it was like, I went to a normal, like Cal State's not a big school. People just know Cal State because it's Cal State. But it's like, went to a normal school and then I went to a big master's program, which I really like just because it's like, getting a scholarship was really easy and stuff, but the student loans are really high. But I guess I'm like the unicorn in this situation because I've noticed a lot of people don't go to school because of certain schools or to school at all because of student loans, whereas I have this confidence that I can easily pay that back. When I'm like, so you're telling me my student loans equal 1 year's salary?
Right. For
where I'm trying to be at, you know? So it's like, to me, that's what my brain says to me. But other people, I remember someone dropped out of college because they took their student loans hit $5,000. And I was like, huh?
5 racks.
So you're telling me you told yourself that you can't pay back $5,000. That gains interest. So $8,000. That's where it's like, that's weird. You know, like you have to look at your confidence level. If you say let me say your student loans is I think the average student loan is $60,000. So that's an entry level job. Right. So 1 year of entry level pay spread out over 10, you can't do that. I don't
think it's the confidence. I think it's also the education level because you have to think about at the same time when you were in college, you didn't have that mindset. Like you were like, damn, $1,000 is a lot of money. You're like, oh my God, I don't have $1,000. Like, how am I pay this? So it's just like, partially I can understand it. So it's like, if you don't have the proper guidance system in place for you, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that 5 racks, I know I'm not going to be able to pay that back.
That's true.
Because you don't think like, you're not thinking that far ahead to be like, oh, well, when the time comes for me to pay it back, I'll be making more money than I am now. Like, so like, you know how like with me and you and like with our cars and stuff, we're like, well, when we trade this in, what are we going to get? Like,
I'm never trading my car in. Okay. I never intended of ever doing that.
Well, when I trade mine in, I might trade mine in, I don't know. But it's just like when that time comes and you think about like how much you're going to owe on the car or just like how much the car is, period. You're just like, I'm just like, oh, well, in a few amount of years or whatever, like I'll be making more money than I am now. So I'm not going to be in the same position. So it doesn't matter if I go over on mileage, like whatever, I'll just eat the cost.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like, that's true about the school point because the person that I'm talking about that said 5,000 was too much, their parents didn't go to college. So how would they know?
Yeah.
Whereas me, my parent, I already knew how much my student loans were going to be back in high school. And that's why I never cared. And so it's like, that does make sense because I was already aware.
Prime.
I was already aware of what it would be. And I was like, oh, so you're telling me a successful person's 1 year salary? I have a friend who makes that in a year. So I'm like, spread that out in 10, add interest. You know, like to me, you know, like that's how my brain always worked because I always thought that way. But yeah, I knew someone who had no idea that school costs so much. And it's like, I mean, that's partially why we're here. It's because we're trying to educate people on like, this is how you do these things. And then the second thing was with my car is my first asset. And so when I didn't know anything, I remember being like, oh, I'm going to return my car after 3 years. But it was probably within the first 6 months of getting my car, I knew I was never going to give it back, you know, because I was like
it.
I like it. And
the next asset.
It's because my payments aren't bad. And I've only had my car for, I hit 2 months in like 2 weeks. I mean, not 2 months. I hit 2 years in 2 weeks from now. I've had it for 2 years and I paid off half of it. And so it's like, oh, so you're telling me in 2 years my car is going to be paid off, you know? So that's where my mentality went because like Ashley told me I paid more than the minimum. So when I checked how much I owed, I was like, oh shit.
That should really be working in your favor.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. Like that's the thing. I mean, we've said this on the episode before, pay more than the minimum
even if you have a lease. Cause I know people when I tell them that they're like, but you have a lease though. And I'm like, okay. And
yeah,
them niggas want their money no matter what. Like as long as there's money in their hand, they do not give a fuck. Like you think a company is really gonna tell you, oh no, you paid us too much, you can't do that.
Yeah. No. And it's like one thing I found out recently because I never asked but when you return your car for another car, and they do that after your 3-year or 5-year lease ends, you start over.
Yeah.
The value starts over. Because I genuinely thought, cause since I never looked into it, I
you
genuinely thought it
transferred?
transferred over because you're giving them a car. But it's like, you don't own the fucking car.
No, they're going to take that bitch and flip it.
Yeah, you don't own the car.
That's why they put such the mileage restrictions on it, because they want to be able to resell it.
Right.
Because like a car is a depreciating asset. So
Yep.
if you turn in a Mercedes that's 3 years old and it has 100,000 miles, don't nobody want that shit.
And they charge you not only for your mileage, but they're going to check for all the scratches on it, all this,
all the wear and tear.
Ew. And I have the tiniest scratch where you can tell someone scratched my car. Like, but it's so small, but it's like in the back corner, in the back left corner. And I'm like, I know.
Who the fuck did
you
this?
can tell it was someone who was just like, and I'm like,
they didn't say shit.
You know, didn't put no note like my bad. But why would they? They're like, I'm gonna owe this bitch
Somebody
money.
hit my Volkswagen like that, and they left me a note.
Yeah, but they I was like, y'all disrespectful as fuck. But okay. Back to the article. If you intend to earn a professional degree like an MD after college, you probably do need certain courses under your belt. But many future doctors major in non-science related fields. We have a friend that did that.
Those are the ones that make it. In my opinion, they either do biology or they'll do some other easy ass thing and then just get all the science prerequisites so that they could apply to medical school.
Our friend did African American studies, I believe.
It was
women's studies.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He did women's studies, took all the science prereqs, and found a science internship. Got into med school.
Yep.
And is balling out there,
doing great,
doing the shit. You know. Oh yeah, we're gonna have him
all
eventually.
fine and shit.
I know.
This fine ass.
People be leaving. People be leaving the toxic environment and getting fine. Like what the fuck?
Fuck you.
Out here cute, nigga. What the fuck? How to choose a major. Dream job. Some students choose a major because it will prepare them for a specific career path or advanced study. Ours was for medical school, and we didn't go. Maybe you already
don't regret it either.
Lord,
I would have been 40 by the time I saw money.
The way God works, man. Like we are like, yeah, we did biochemistry and neuroscience. Thank God he pulled us out. You know what he did? He made us struggle. So
Bitch,
that we
I
never
would
so
not
we
have
knew
this apartment if I was in medical school.
Oh fuck no, I wouldn't have shit. No. I wouldn't have any. All I would have. The funny thing is, I would have double the student loans if I went.
Probably triple.
If
realistically,
I went to medical school,
because medical school is like $400,000
that shit is
on
so
average.
Much
that's
money.
What you graduate with.
Fuck
so
no.
depending on your specialty, it could be almost like a mil. Like it could be like $700K,
and you get paid like only like 1/4 of a doctor's pay while you're in.
You get paid less than what I make.
You get paid like you get paid like a bitch.
That's why I can't do that shit. And you have the worst hours. Nah.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to build no discipline. I ain't trying to build no character in that sense right there. I'm good.
Terrible hours and poverty line pay.
And you unhealthy.
Right.
Fuck that.
No.
To take care of other people,
no.
I can't make that sacrifice.
No.
Doctors that I know, write us and let us know how that experience of residency was, because I want to know.
Yeah. And this article also says, like, if you're not sure what you want to do, take a class or two in the relevant the relevant discipline. Check out the syllabus for an advanced seminar and talk to students in your department of your choice. You should visit your school and like talk to my cousin who's like right about to decide which college he's going to, because he got accepted to a couple Cal States. Like he got accepted to almost the exact same Cal States I did. I'm like, it's like, let's go around so you can, you know, and I was like, he needs to talk to you too.
They be having like open houses.
Yeah.
Because I know when I was looking at PA schools, I went to a lot of those.
Yeah.
And like I talked to like the dean of the school and stuff like that. But I remember I went to one and I asked this question and it was a PA student and she was rude as fuck with her answer. And I was just like, oh, so I'm definitely not coming here. And like her professor, like the dean noticed like how rude she was. So he stepped in and was like, your question's valid, pretty much. Like, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, it's like, you guys are terrible. And it's like, you can kind of get to know people and see if you're a good bullshit reader. You can kind of see if people are bullshitting you or not.
Which is hard when you're young.
Yeah, because when I went to Pepperdine, like, I noticed they were bullshitting me, but I was also bullshitting them.
Yeah.
So it really worked out.
Mutual bullshit.
Yeah, it was mutual bullshit. Just give me my fucking degree in 3 semesters. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, and it's like, go down to the department. I was gonna say my cousin needs to talk to you because he's looking at computer science, but also a hack that someone I know did.
Shit.
I know. I mean, just tell him what your homework is.
Jesus,
because he needs to know what he's about to get himself into.
Sucks though.
Yeah, let him know. He needs to fucking know. Because I was gonna say the hack is someone that I know did. Kevin, he did that. He did one major. He did anthropology to get into UCR, and then he changed it as soon as he got in. And I was like, that's fucking smart. Choose a major that no one fucking wants.
So you get accepted.
And then change when you get there.
But make sure that shit's like in undergrad, because I don't know if you do a master's program if that shit's reversible. I don't think you could change. I don't think you could back out then.
Yeah, that one is like you're signing a contract saying you are studying this.
So pay up, bitch.
Yeah, or you can go in undeclared. You might not get accepted though. So it's like you might, if you're unsure.
That's weird. How do you do an undeclared master's? Oh, no,
undeclared bachelor's.
I was like, wait, what?
It's like I didn't even know undeclared existed until I started college, and I was like, oh, people are really undeclared. It's like, instead of being undeclared, you can just find a major that like no one does, so they have a lot of space for you, and then just change when you get there, because you definitely can change your major. Or if they don't let you change your first year, don't take the classes they tell you to take the classes of that major. It's all gonna be GEs anyway, unless you took college classes when you were in high school, because I did that, and I kind of still
gotta take GEs. Because some schools don't accept it.
My schedule was kind of fucked up because of my G's. I ended up taking a chemistry class like that I didn't need to take. But also, big bucks. Future earning potential is worth considering. College is a big investment, and while college can pay you back in many ways beyond salary, this can be a major factor for students who are paying their way or taking out loans, like me. According to PayScale, the majors that lead to the highest salaries include just about any type of engineering, actuarial mathematics, computer science, physics, statistics, government, and economics. Keep your quality of life in mind too. That 6-figure salary may not be worth it if you're not happy at the office. Some students choose a major simply because they love the subject matter. If you love what you're studying, you're more likely to fully engage with your classes and college experience, and that can mean better grades and great relationships with others in your field. If your calling is philosophy, don't just write it off because you're not sure about graduate school or what the job market holds for philosophers. Maybe liberal art majors provide students with critical thinking skills and writing abilities that are highly valued by employers. If you truly don't know what you want to do, that's okay. Many schools don't require students to declare a major until sophomore year. That gives you 4 semesters to play the field, or 3. Make the most of any required general education courses. Choose ones that interest you. Talk to professors, advisors, department heads, and other students. Find an internship off campus. That really helped a lot too.
That's the hard part though. Because if you don't have a car.
Yeah. But I mean, luckily there are internships like close to, but the off-campus ones are pretty good. Because when clinical care extenders was a health.
That was close to me.
That was a health-related one. Yeah, it was far as shit, and I had no money at that time. That was a health-related internship, which taught me that I don't want to work in the hospital. So it's very beneficial.
Ew. Can I tell a story real quick?
What?
Remember that time when I had to like help that lady
move the dead body?
No.
No. Okay.
I think this is actually worse.
Ew, what happened?
This lady was like constipated and like
help her pull the poop out?
Yeah.
You had to help someone pull the poop out of their butt?
Yeah.
As a young person?
The nurse was there with me, but yes.
What
like, and it was like nuggets of poop. Like, it was like hard balls.
Were you putting your hand in her butt?
The nurse was like scooping it out, and like I was like getting it in a towel and like going to like put it in the toilet to flush it.
What the fuck?
And that was like the hardest, heaviest poop I have ever touched in my life. And I don't touch a lot of poop.
The nurse was getting it out of her butt.
She was like spreading her cheeks and like.
This is literally why Ashley still works at hospitals, and I have not worked at a hospital since that experience. I didn't want to do shit. The nastiest shit I did, mind you, I thought she was talking about moving a dead body, because she did that also. The worst thing I did was brush a bitch's teeth, and I was like, fuck this.
Are you for real?
Yes. Remember
you tapped out after that?
I still did it, but I would just say no to stuff I didn't like. Remember they tell you say no to things you're not comfortable with? I would say no.
That's hilarious.
I didn't even like taking people's vitals.
What?
I don't like touching people.
I don't like touching people either, but damn.
But to the point where I left the career.
Yeah. I don't. Because like I literally touch a person. I don't know if they wash their ass every day.
Like I got a finance major so that if I go back to medicine, I'm in the business department.
Bitch, like why do you think I take a shower every time time I come home and get off work.
Nasty.
Like, I touch people's feet every day.
No.
Yep. I touch people's head and hair.
I don't want
touch their face every
I don't want to
day.
touch anyone.
I be touching arms, legs,
The only thing
cheeks.
I want to touch is a handshake.
Nope. Honey.
And a side hug to a healthy person. That's all the fucking touching I want to do. Oh my God, that's fucking gross. See, there's some people who could tolerate that shit. And nurses, like people who are doing nursing programs, like you guys are fucking ballers, because not only can you do that shit, but you guys graduate, fucking pay off your debt in the first year and buy a BMW in the second, because you're fucking balling.
And you got your own apartment furnished.
Nigga shit.
Shout out to y'all.
Credit score raised and shit. Like, y'all,
Can I get a business loan?
You deserve it.
Y'all could afford it.
Man, y'all be fucking out here making money.
Some
Fucking
nurses be
man.
making more than like surgeons, because like sometimes the payout for like surgeries be like $5,000, or like even less than that. Like I know like one time doctors be exaggerating. Like one surgeon was like, "Yeah, I only made $300."
Shut the fuck up.
The fuck? Then why are you still here?
Yeah,
lying ass.
No 300, but it's like even and it's like BSN is the strongest one, just from what I've seen from people's experience. RN BSN is the strongest one, just from what I've seen, because I've seen CNAs, LVNs,
or like the nurse anesthetists,
and
they make bank.
Yeah, those obviously because they're next to an anesthesiologist.
Yeah,
and
they could do cases on their own. They just have to have like a resident.
Yeah,
not a resident. What's that shit called? Who cares?
I don't know.
We don't work in
Residency, shadowing.
No.
Okay, clinical hours. I don't know. But yeah, NPs make a lot of money too. Also, you can change your mind during college. You might enter undergrad enjoying physics, but discover a burgeoning love for political science. And you know, with political science, you can go to law school right after. And be used to you saw about that Kim K shit.
You don't even gotta go to law school.
Exactly. So it's like,
find a law firm. Yeah, apprentice.
And keep in mind that every major has requisite coursework. Like she just said, apprenticeship. That might be, if you're going to a master's, having internship experience might be a requirement to get into your master's program. You know, it's like usually undergrad is classes, but it's like you have to keep in mind. And even if it's not a requirement, while you're in college, like I did 2 internships while I was in college. I did clinical care extenders and did like, I think I did like 100 and something hours. Cause what was the requirement? 200 something, right?
I don't remember.
I think I did like, I did like 160 because I did not complete the program. Oh yeah. Cause I didn't like it. I stopped after some point. I was
I didn't even go pick up my certificate after I finished. I was like, fuck this.
And they're putting me in bullshit departments. And I was like, you guys keep giving me shit I don't want. So man, fuck this program. And then I did fucking hero program and flew out to Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia, and was out there for 10 weeks studying cancer cells. That was just cool, just being in a different environment and seeing if I could live in Virginia, which I could not. It's a cool place. I'm from California. I can't do it. And it's funny because one of my closest friends from out there is trying to move to San Diego now because she came out here for it. She's doing like some crazy masters, and she's about to graduate, and she did an internship in California and San Diego, and she's like, Nina, I really want to move to San Diego.
If the job's paying for it, she should do it.
Yeah, she did some crazy high paying shit, like some hard ass fucking major. I forgot what it was. It was like biophysics, some shit. Also, they say you have to remember that some classes are only offered in the fall and not in the spring, and vice versa. So you need to be planning ahead and thinking ahead. Even if you aren't thinking, like, even if you don't know what you want, just think about different avenues that you could take down and plan it ahead of time. I mean, that's how we live our life with our finances too. You know, we have our money allocated for different things. You know, we literally have bank accounts for different things. So it's the same concept. It's like, think ahead. Like me, the programs I'm looking into, I looked at 2 completely different states just in case one falls through. I'm like, okay, right here. You know, like you have to think like that. Even though it's like, I'm sure I'm going this way, have your plan B, you know?
That's exactly how I missed taking microbiome in college, because I didn't know, because they didn't advertise this shit, and I didn't go to my advisor because I didn't know like how important that was either. I would just like email her from time to time for a question. But microbiology was offered, like you had to take the class, the lecture, and then the semester after you do the lab. I thought you took them together because that's usually how it was, and I was so wrong.
I think that happened to me too, and I might have been the same.
But honestly, I'm glad I didn't take that shit. It would have been useless, a useless level of stress that I don't fucking need.
Microbiology is just like,
it's
chem biology.
Yeah,
it's literally just that. It was so hard.
Yep, I'm good.
That class was intense.
A lot of my classes were hard.
That was one of the C's on my transcript.
Also, neuroanatomy.
And be prepared to take more than 4 years in college too. Like mine took 5 years, and at my orientation, the booklet in fine print at the bottom said this major typically takes 5 years.
Honestly, you should take more than 4 years, because in my experience, when I took 4 years for a major, they did take 5 years. Like I had to take summer school every summer, and I was very stressed out. So like, and I didn't get the best grades because I didn't take my time on stuff. Yeah. So I feel like you should take at least 5 years to graduate college. Unpopular opinion, but that finish in 4 bullshit, like that shit has you brainwashed. Yeah. Just get in, get out for the cost for one, and so that you could be done. But it's just like the college experience is pretty dope. So it's just like, take your time with it, enjoy it. Like I feel like you're so ready to rush and be to the like final destination of things, we miss the whole journey between. So it's just like, take your fucking time.
Really. And little do you know, it's like it's actually funny because someone at my job before I even started college told me about the Finish in 4 program at my school. So I luckily got in the program, and it gave you priority registration. So I always got the classes I wanted. So once I got to my 5th year, they just kicked me out, and I was like, okay, fine. Whatever. No one's taking these 5th year classes because you have to be a 4th or 5th year to be in these classes. So then I always got the classes I wanted. So look for programs like that too when it comes to it. Like, you want to take your time, and if you have bad grades in any classes, if you need to take any other classes that aren't included in your major but you need for graduate school, that 5th year could be there just to take extra classes. I took anatomy and physiology that I ended up not using, but in the future I could still say I took it, you know. And then all the classes you had bad grades in, you can just retake them. That's your time to retake them. This also says minors and double majors. If one field of study doesn't satisfy your intellectual appetite, consider a minor. Mine was investments. You had to choose a track. So mine got lucky, like finance, investments, and, you know, and some don't come with it, but you can choose a minor. A minor is similar to a major in that it's an area of academic concentration. The only difference is that a minor does not require as many classes. Some undergrads with a love for learning and an appetite for punishment choose to pursue 2 majors, often in totally different subjects. A double major provides you with an understanding of 2 academic fields, and it's going to take longer. It's going to take 5 to 6 years. It allows you to become familiar with 2 sets of values, views, and vocabulary.
Stressed out.
That said, it also requires you to fulfill 2 sets of requirements and take twice as many required classes. You won't have as many opportunities to experiment or take classes outside of those 2 fields. So this is probably more for people who know what they want. Yeah. You know, it's like, I want this and I need these 2 and I'm going to be strong after this. And it's like, when I have kids, because of the knowledge I have, it's like I can direct them. If I ever have a kid who's like, I want a double major because I like this and this, I can kind of help them form that idea. Or even, like I said, if you do a major that doesn't pay well, like say you want to be like a video game programmer, which is just like, you have to be good at it, but you also, they don't always get paid as much entry level. Like I said,
entry level, but afterwards they be making money. That's what I'm saying. Because I be looking at PlayStation jobs.
But that's what I'm saying. To get strong and to get a higher pay initially, you can do computer science or something like that, and then do video game developing. So when you go to apply for a job, they're not going to pay you the entry level pay off top because you know more. Yeah. You look more well-rounded. But like, you need
a computer science background to even make video games.
But do you need to become a video game developer? Do you have to do computer science? Because I think they have trades just for that.
But it's still like computer science based. Like they use like when I look at the jobs on PlayStation, like the languages that they use are something that you learn like in computer science. Yeah. Or if like you just learn it like by yourself.
But that's the thing. My point is making yourself stronger. Like not just being like, I have 1 degree. My point is being like, I have 2 degrees and I have strengths in these fields, and this is why you should hire me. Because you have to think about when you're looking at a field, maybe because I've been in 2 different careers and I've applied to so many different jobs. I've literally seen it happen to where it's like, they're going to hire the person who has experience over the person who doesn't. But basically, if you have like a degree in like video game design, that's cool. But if you have a degree in video game design and you have a degree in computer science, you look stronger because you look more well-rounded. Yeah. Just like I'm getting jobs based off of being a biochemist, even though it's in finance. You know, like the way, even in teaching, the way people are talking to me, it's like, we hired you because you just have a whole bunch of shit. And I've gotten that a lot.
That's why I said I just want that piece of fucking paper. I don't care.
It looks better. That's why it's like, even though the double major is more time consuming, spend more time in school, still do internships. So take that time, take that extra time, because then you won't be scrambling around once you graduate looking for a job and wondering why people aren't hiring you. You'll look stronger. And it follows where it says, while a minor or a double major might make you more marketable, both professionally and for graduate study. Both are time and energy intensive. Most students find that one major is more than enough because they can't handle it. I'm just kidding. That is me. We both did one major, but we did two. So we did it twice. So it's like, yeah, we didn't double major. Mine was an emphasis. I didn't have to minor. So my investments track, they just they gave us like four.
So like mine's computer science with an emphasis in software engineering.
Yeah. Right? So your track will give you extra classes in that focus, you know? So you might want to think about that too. If it's too time consuming to double major or minor, just get a bachelor's and a master's. And you can find programs that are not expensive. I guarantee you.
And accelerated. We both did accelerated.
Yeah, we both did accelerated programs.
I don't have the time.
Look it up. Find the cheapest one. The school name doesn't fucking matter as long as like it's accredited.
Yep.
And as long as your grades aren't shit.
Yep.
And as long as you learn something and gain some experience. Always do internships. Always make connections. Network, LinkedIn, everything. And this is a good time for Look at God. My Look at God is really simple because nothing like crazy or miraculous happened. But it's like my job offered like certifications and different things. So it's like really good that I think right now I have 8 certifications and I've literally never had a certification before because I've been in school my whole life. And so it's like, and then I found about 6 more that I can do that I'm going to do probably next week. So it's like, it makes, once again, we just said it makes us more well-rounded. And that's exactly why I'm doing it, because it makes me well-rounded in like so many different sectors. Some are like management related and like being a boss and stuff like that. And I do want to be like a CEO or a principal or a leader type position in the future. Other than that, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm healthy. I've been sleeping good as shit. The crazy thing is I stopped smoking and my dreams have gone crazy.
Oh, that's what happens.
What the
You didn't know? Yeah, that's what happens.
My dreams are vivid. What in the world? And every night I'm remembering my dreams. Yeah. And I'm like, I'd rather not.
Yeah. I know, like, as a child, I had horrible dreams. Like, I've always had really vivid dreams. I don't know why.
Last night was really scary. It was a spider, a huge spider, making webs on the door. So it wasn't running around, thank God, because that's horrifying. But it was like a big spider, but its webs were crystals. So it was like 3D.
Oh, ice me out.
3D, but it was like not, it was crystals.
It was scary.
But it wasn't crystals. It was crystal shaped spider web. So it was a 3D spider web protruding out from the door. This shit was horrifying. Yeah, so whenever you saw a spider, there was like, you know, and I was like, what's no.
We good.
And then I had the finance dream. That one helped me. So that was 2 nights ago. But yeah, life is fucking good. I'm happy. Okay. I finally am not hating a job. Like, I always hate my job. I'm just bored now. But like, I'm bored and my back hurts at the restaurant. But other than that, like, I'm fucking good. Look at God.
Look at God that my car returned in one piece when I rented it out, because my family was hella skeptical. I was like, you guys chill, like, I got this. Like,
I know what I'm doing.
I'm an adult now. Let me do adult things and make adult mistakes and then make adult corrections.
Yeah.
And so like that was cool. Like, it wasn't that bad, and like that let me drive my Mercedes more, because like I honestly, like, I literally like really only drive it on the weekend because it's my weekend car. But like I got to drive it more and I love driving that bitch. And then look at God that this is my last like formal course as a graduate student. Woo! And that I'm actually learning something useful. Like, the professor was like, look, like, I seen how y'all been taking classes, but we about to change this shit up, because like I want y'all to be ready for the real world. So like he kind of like catered it to what he's been seeing on the job market. So like he went and looked through job markets, like, and his wife is like interviewing, and she's in our program, which is super fucking weird, but whatever. Sure. His wife is in our program, and he was like, yeah, she's been going on job interviews and she's like not prepared. So he was like, I wanted to prepare you guys because I'm looking at the things that she's being asked to do and she can't do them.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, yeah, hook me up, fam. So that's like nice. This course, he's doing HTML, which I already know somewhat. And then CSS and JavaScript. I'm like, I already know a little bit of JavaScript already too, because we've been using that a lot. And then I signed up on Udemy courses for all of those, I believe, already. So it's just like, ice me out, fam. Hook me up.
Does the sequel thing we bought, the Udemy thing we bought, does it expire?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because
I was like, have it forever, because I haven't done a lot of them.
I have so many things I need to study for that I'm like, when I move and I'm bored, I'm going to get that fucking class and put that shit on my LinkedIn and my resume.
Yep.
And it is what it is.
Because they give you a certificate, right?
Oh, I mean, they give you a completion thing.
Well, whatever.
Certificate of completion, yeah.
I took it.
Yeah.
And I know how to do it. If I could demonstrate the skills, I could fucking do it.
Yeah. It's just for the resume and the LinkedIn. I just want to look like a smart bitch. Period.
I love that little fucking hand.
Because it really
that
is
like my whole fucking vibe. Like, I saw a thing where it's like people always wonder, it was like on Tumblr, and it was like people always wonder like why diversity is important in the workplace. And he was like, the person was like, I was at a meeting and somebody said something, I completed it with period in the city girl's voice, and he said nobody laughed. I would have been no, because it's weird like when you be in those white places and you say something and they look at you all crazy and you're just like, oh shit, I ain't gonna talk no more because y'all can't relate.
That's why I like having that one black coworker where it's like, we know what's good. Or like when I work at the restaurant, like having the black customers and you see them like, all right, black girl, okay.
I love when I get to work with my black surgeon.
Yeah,
I love him.
I love the culture,
and he be turning up the heat in the room for me too. That is my nigga.
They be knowing, you know, so it's cool. I mean, I love the white girls too. I love the Mexicans for sure. But
I love everybody that's nice to me.
Right.
How about that?
And everyone who's not ignorant. People who are ignorant bother me a little bit. But you guys, just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin because we're young millennials. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Follow us on there and comment on there. YouTube, that's the big one where you see us right now. YouTube.com. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin. Subscribe and comment on there. We are on Spotify. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast. Put an apostrophe at the end of Gettin.
We gotta fix it.
Spotify be tripping, but
you know, fucking everybody over that ain't big. What the fuck?
We gon' the customer service is gonna reply to me within 24 to 48 hours, so we good.
What the fuck?
Hopefully they do. Business days. Fuck. They might not reply till Monday. Shit.
They ain't getting back to you till Tuesday probably. They like, we're gonna take full advantage.
Because we're taping this on a Thursday. Obviously we tape it prior to the actual release date because it would make sense to tape on Monday and release on Monday.
Especially if we gotta do the editing.
Happy Monday, guys, or Tuesday, depending on
whenever you listen. What up?
Fuck it, you know. We're working. She literally works crazy hours, and I'm literally working 2 jobs, and she's in school, and I'm applying to a school program. So just
bear with us.
Just bear with us.
Especially if we be late sometimes.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it don't matter. You see us here. We're here with you. So Spotify, Young Gettin Podcast. There's an apostrophe at the end of Spotify. Follow us on there. We are part of your playlist. We're on Stitcher. We're on Pocket Cast. We're on GooglePlay. We're on every podcasting platform.
You can listen.
If you search us, you'll find us. You know, it just will happen like that.
Word. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. You can find us on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/YAGIPOD. And then we have our website, which is www.weareyagip.com. And then if you want to talk to us, join the conversation, tell us how fucking bomb and fly we are and how smart we is and shit. Hit us up on our email, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. Or you could text us or call us on our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811.
Peace. Episode 73.
Period.
In the books.
Period. I need to make a sound bite.